Studio 33 AD, Catholic Media.
Welcome to Studio 33 AD, Catholic Media, here at St. John's Cathedral. And once again in studio, we have a very special guest. Every now and then, we're graced by the presence of our musical director here for our Cathedral parish, Dr. Ray. And we have an opportunity now to inform everyone about this special event that we have coming up on Saturday, June 11th at 7 o'clock. It'll be in the Cathedral. And this special event, if I'm not mistaken, is the first time that we're going to have this in the Cathedral, this particular musical arrangement,
Yeah, I believe
this frame. So tell us a little bit about, Dr. Ray, of the Solemn Vespers for the 11th.
Well, Vespers, as many people know, is evening prayer. You know, the church has two official liturgies, one being the Mass and the other being the Liturgy of the Hours. So, and the Liturgy of the Hours are prayer times which we have sacred pauses during the day to pray. And the sacred Vespers, or the Solemn Vespers rather, is a little more elaborate, as solemnity tends to mean in the church. So what we're doing is we're taking the setting that Mozart wrote for the Cathedral of Salzburg. And so it's actually written for a liturgy, for a Solemn Vespers liturgy. And we're going to pray that. This isn't a concert, this is an actual prayer service, an actual Vespers, in which the community participates with the various antiphons and prayers. Father Amadeus will lead us in it. Mm-hmm. But instead of us chanting the Psalms, we're going to do Mozart's settings of the Psalms. And then people will actively participate by listening and reading the translations and getting inspired, all right, by Mozart's exciting settings. Now,
so this last year we celebrated the centennial of the new organ.
Yes.
We had the concert that was essentially the concert of 100 years ago.
That's right.
But that, in a sense, was a concert setting.
That was a concert.
This is going to be not quite a concert, though, is it?
Well, it's again, we're doing the actual liturgy of the Solemn Vespers. Mm-hmm. So yes, the community will be praying that. It's just as if we did a Vesper service, but instead of us chanting the Psalms or saying the Psalms, we're going to actively listen to Mozart's settings of the Psalms.
Okay. So for the folks at home that we don't want to assume too much here, and not sure where they are in the world of classical music, our man here, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, was a musical genius, a prodigy as a child.
Yes.
So for a time, he works now for the Cathedral in Salzburg.
He was the organist at the Cathedral of Salzburg, yeah. And when he wrote this, I think he was about 24 when he wrote this. And he did another Vesper service also. And so this was part of his job at the time to write this liturgical music. Now, I know we associate Mozart with concert music, with symphonies and such. But he did write liturgical music here. And his music, this particular piece, is not unlike a Bach cantata, which was written for the service. It was actually part of the Lutheran service. This was written for the Vespers. I know it's done mostly today as a concert piece. But we're going to try to put it back in its original context.
Now, this program for the 11th, are you going to be presenting the whole piece as he wrote it? Is it going to be excerpted?
No, well, the only part that I have are the settings of the Psalms and the Magnificat. Mm-hmm. That's the standard collection for this particular piece. There are many other prayers. Antiphon. See, in the Liturgy of the Hours, the way it works is you have psalms, and then before each psalm you sing an antiphon, a phrase, basically. You chant it. Then you do it again after, and then before the next psalm you do the antiphon. So that's something that we're having a little trouble finding that. Scholars tend to feel that this was originally done for St. Rupert. Now, St. Rupert was the founder of the Cathedral in Salzburg and founder of the city of Salzburg. And in fact, around a couple of years before this particular celebration happened, Salzburg celebrated the 1000th anniversary of St. Rupert's founding. So it was right around in that time. That's one of the reasons why they speculate it might have been written for him. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for us, St. Rupert is not found in any of our books. So there are other ways we can get the antiphons that would be proper to that particular thing. One is you can do, there are some propers for group settings of people, like in this case it might be for a priest or for a bishop or something mm-hmm. like that. So we're having to kind of find some things that would work for this. Since
so you're reconstituting some elements here.
Well, yeah, we're having to kind of make it work in some ways, but it's close enough that prayer is prayer. And while it would be nice to have the propers that he used, my understanding is there is a setting of some of the things he did, although I don't know where it is. I haven't had access to it. Mm-hmm. But what we're doing, I think, will work fine. And so we're going to have the whole prayer, which would involve some intonation by Father Mariusz, and then everybody singing these antiphons, some prayers. There's a reading in it, a homily, and all of this. So again, it's just a regular Liturgy of the Hour service. We do, of course, the church has changed the Liturgy of the Hour structure a little bit since Mozart wrote this, so we do have to adjust a little bit for it, but I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to work great.
Yeah, this sounds marvelous, and it's something definitely outside the box. This is not a regular event.
We're actually putting it back in the box because
the music box, as a nod to Mozart.
The Vespers box, and out of the concert hall into the church. So that's what we're attempting to do. I think I like the idea, even with the 7 last words. While it was a concert, it was a prayer-oriented concert. Mm-hmm. It was scriptural based and all of that. So. I like to keep it there. The cathedral choir is a prayer choir. Mm-hmm. We don't do concerts anymore. We just focus on our prayer life and the prayer life of the church. And this is, I think, a way to kind of stay in that mission, but kick it up just a notch. I think.
Good. So, we have these 2 images here. All right. So we'll have Father Amadeus, and he will be fulfilling the role of the priest, actually leading us in this prayer. Yeah. Now, what are you going to be doing exactly?
I'm going to be listening from one of the best seats in the house.
You're just going to beam in this performance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, the best seat is right on the organ bench. You sit there, you can see everything so great.
And it has those mirrors, rear view mirrors, so you can look behind you.
I can, multi-dimensional. I can see in front and back. Size.
Well, it'll be marvelous because, soon after that, the cathedral will be closed for a time as we move into phase 2 of the restoration.
That's going to be
exciting.
It's
almost like a farewell of sorts to the transition. Well, the way the cathedral's configured now.
That's right. I think so. It's like interesting that I hadn't thought about that, but that would be a nice transition. And so that when we come back after the summer, it'll be a new place, and maybe we should do something else to bring in the new one too. I don't know about a formal thing like this, but it would be nice to have maybe a Solemn Vespers or something and stuff like that.
And we just got this message. We're going live, and folks at home have questions. And since we have Dr. Ray here, our musical expert, where is Mozart in your top 10 of classical masters? Where do you place him? See, folks at home want to know this.
Yeah.
How does he rank for you?
I try not to rank people because they're different. It's like, which child do you like best? They all have their charms, and they all.
Or you love them all.
I love them all.
But you don't like them all the same.
Well, and it depends on the circumstances. It depends on the context. To me, is everything. So what composer do I like in this context, or in this situation, or for that particular? We need a setting of Ave Verum Corpus. Well, at the church we have like 6 settings of the Ave Verum. Mozart's the most familiar one, but
very good point. It's the context.
Yes.
Mozart also wrote operas.
Yes.
But that's not the road that we're going to go on. It's when he served as, what was the title?
Well, he was the organist.
The organist there
I
for the
don't
cathedral
know that
in
he was music
Salzburg.
director, but he was organist. And he probably played for the rehearsals of this and stuff, So
Very good.
there is an organ part in it, but I would imagine he played that too.
So you and the team, are you kind of excited about this unique
Yes.
program?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Okay. And we want folks to know it's one of a kind, right? This particular program is not going to be regularly every year or whatnot.
Oh, no.
No. But here at the Cathedral, you can anticipate that Dr. Ray, he's going to keep it coming.
Yes.
Because as a cathedral, this is what we've come to expect.
Well, Vatican II has mandate. I use the word mandate. They want cathedrals and large churches to preserve the musical treasures of the church. We're told to do that, and that's what we do every Sunday. We tend to do the settings of the communion antiphons and other things tend to be the classical settings, Palestrina and Vittoria and all of this. Well, this is another set part of the treasures of the church, and while we wouldn't do this in Mass, we have done some of the excerpts from Mass, but this is something that's a little bit above the day-to-day kind of activity. So it's preserving the treasures from, a little, I hate to use the word higher, but higher art.
Now, this will be a very special prayer opportunity.
I think
So once again, Saturday, June 11th, it'll be at 7 o'clock here at St. John's Cathedral. Thank you, Dr. Ray, and we hope to see some of you at this communal prayer service.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Studio 33 AD, Catholic Media.